take a guess. How old do you think she is?
I kind of forget.
Do you think she looks like she's older than you?
Yeah, she does. Well, Dad's really older than me.
How old do you think she's, like 20 or more?
I think Dad is
No, Mommy.
100.
You think Dad is 100?
Yeah, and I think Mommy's 1.
1?
Who's got a big birthday coming up who you live with?
Ben.
That's right.
It's a surprise party.
Who else's birthday's gonna be this year that's a really big birthday?
Mom's.
Yeah, but you can talk. You can talk in a normal voice. Yeah.
Mom's.
How old is Mommy gonna be?
40.
Whoa, does she look like she's 40?
No.
How old does she look?
17.
I've known Lori for actually more than 40 years, even though she's only turning 40 this year. And because I had a very close relationship with Lori before she was born. And she came out, she came out late. She liked to pretend that she was going to arrive, and yet she had me going to the hospital one day and then sending me home and then going back and then sending me home, and then there I was. I just washed my hair in curlers, and all of a sudden, wham, I'm ready to come out, and off we went to the hospital. I must say I didn't look too good, but anyway, and out she popped, and she was supposed to be a boy. She was supposed to be David, named for my father. And according to my sister, we already had 2 girls, so it had to be a boy. Well, Auntie, you were wrong. It was another girl. And I said, oh no, another girl. But in retrospect, I'm very happy she wasn't a boy. Because she was supposed to be David, we did not have a name for a girl. So there was this assistant nurse, she was in training, and she was really nice. Her name was Lori Ann, L-O-R-I, which is the proper way to spell Lori, according to us. And she was so nice that I said to her father, I like the name Lori. So we named her Lori Beth, and I think she was named for my grandmother.
Well, I was one of the first people to meet Lori because I was in the delivery room when she was born. So I think I saw her first, maybe the doctor, but I was right there along with Mom. And of course, we were expecting a boy, but we got a beautiful girl. And that was a very special night, and she's a very special person. Of course, she started crying, and I'm reminded that when she got married, that we had to deal with a little bit of some tears as well, trying to get her down the stairs and then down the aisle. So I think she was a little bit shook up that day, didn't like all of the attention, but she certainly deserved it, and she was a beautiful bride.
I met Lori on August 4th, 1976. Although, now that I think about it, she was born very late at night, so I may not have met her until August 5th. And I fell in love with her as soon as I met her. You can
Lori.
I met Lori when she was born. I'm guessing that, I don't know if I went to the hospital or not, did I? Looks like I went to the hospital. The videographer says I did. And maybe I kissed her and was really nice to her in the beginning.
The day she was born. She was my 3rd niece. She was a good present.
The girl with the flaxen hair. Well, you are the girl with the flaxen hair, and have always been so sweet, lovable, and fun. And that's the best part. I know how your sisters teased you about being blonde, but all that sweetness shows in your children as well. They're sweet to be with. All of you, the 4 of you, are just a joy.
Hey Laura, happy birthday. I can't believe it's been 22 years since we met on that bus, heading to the Halloween party that neither of us wanted to go to. Little did I know at the time I'd be making a lifelong friend and roommate.
She came to the nursery when I was born.
Right. How do you know that?
I've seen pictures.
Yeah. All right. Do you remember that day?
Nope.
No.
I met Lori the night I was meeting my roommate for my first apartment in Boston. I met him through Lori's friend Kim. So after I met my new roommate, Kim and I went across town to a bar called McCarthy's to meet up with Lori and Rachel. So Lori and Rachel were late. They wouldn't come out until after they saw their episode of Friends. But when they did show up, I can remember vividly looking at Lori as she walked in and thinking to myself, there's no way she's single, so there's no point in even trying to flirt with her or anything like that. So just relax and be myself and have a good time. So we had a great time, a lot of laughs, and we ended up staying out all night. The bars closed at 2. I think we got something. We went next door for a little bit, so it was well after 2 before I ended up heading back to my father's house, which is about a 45-minute to an hour drive outside of Boston. So this actually ties into one of my favorite Lori memories, because the next day I sent Lori an email and Rachel letting them know that I had a great time. It was great meeting them. Thanks for the drinks. I hope we get to hang out again soon. And I think Lori responded, and I asked her how her weekend was, and we kind of went back and forth in an email exchange. And in that email exchange, I told her that it was rainy and cold that night, that Friday or that Thursday night we met, and I ended up rolling my window down to try to stay awake on my drive home because it was so late. But when I did that, because it was rainy and cold, I ended up catching a really bad head cold and spent all weekend in bed. And I knew she was down in New York having a great time. So I said something to the effect of in the email that if it wasn't for meeting her, I wouldn't have been sick and had to stay all weekend because I had to drive with my window rolled down. Well, her response to me was, it's not my fault that you had your head hanging out the window like a common dog. Don't blame it on me. So right then, with that response, I knew I really liked this girl. She had a lot of personality, and I really was looking forward to trying to hang out with her again. So.
Hi Lori, happy 40th birthday. We've known each other since before we were born. Our dads were roommates, and then we were roommates in Boston, and I look back on that time with such fondness. We had such a good time. We were both single together, and we just had the best time. We met Brian on the same night, and now you have this beautiful family.
Lori and I have known each other for 30 years, probably more. Our grandparents lived next door to each other, and we used to have Easter egg hunts together every year.
How do you know Mommy?
She's my mom.
How old is Auntie Lori going to be on her next birthday?
40.
How did you know?
Because I read a sign, then it said, Happy 40th Lori's birthday.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, how'd you meet Auntie Lori?
When she came to the hospital when I was born.
Ah.
Hi Lori, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
We are representing the Alsop and Belcher family, wishing you a happy 40th. We met Lori, if you remember, in the dance studio for our daughter's dance classes, and I'll never forget talking to you that first day. We met you, and I met you, and I knew immediately that we were going to be friends. So much so that I ran home and called Sarah to tell her that we made a new friend, even though Sarah wasn't there.
She was a little girl. We had just moved into her house because we moved in when she was 5 weeks old. And her father and I were looking for carpeting for the dining room. And my eyes were closed because he wanted me to feel something in the carpet. And I thought he had her. And anyway, to make a long story short, we dropped Lori. So maybe that's why she is the way she is. But it turned out okay, I guess.
When I was a baby. Yeah.
Did you come out of her belly, head, mouth, or her ones for privates?
I think her brain.
Lori is very family oriented, and she makes sure she makes time for not just her own Shabbat family, but everybody. And she makes my kids feel very special, and she makes me feel very loved and special too.
She has blonde hair and blue eyes.
Who else has blonde hair and blue eyes?
Me.
Yeah.
Kindness, her compassion. She's always willing to help. After she graduated from college, her plans to go to Boston and live there fell through, so she stayed home. And I had a lot of photos, and she took all my photos that I had, and she put them in albums up until she got to 95. And when she got to 95, she said, "It's all Jill, it's all basketball and soccer. You can do that one." And you know what? I haven't put one picture away since then.
She hugs me and kisses me.
What is your favorite food that she makes?
Cheese.
You know she doesn't make cheese, right?
She hugs me every time I see her.
She's just a really neat person. Stubborn. When she was going into 9th grade, she said, "I am not going to take the school bus." And I had said, "Well, how are you going to get to school?" "I don't know, but I am not going to take the school bus." Robin was already in college. I think Jill had a car, and I think she took her sometimes. I know Mrs. Farrelly took her, but there were some mornings when Mrs. Farrelly had to be there on time, and Lori slept late. So instead of letting her figure out how she was going to get to school, by that time she probably already missed the school bus, I took her to school. She never stepped foot on the school bus to high school, that little stinker.
So what do I love most about Lori? I think the easy answer would be to say what a wonderful mother she is. I mean, that goes without saying. What a great support system she's been to me all the years that we've known each other, because of all the different crazy things I want to do, like go back to school at BC to finish up my degree. And from there, we decide to sell our condo and buy a house, and then end up driving back and forth for hours for work. So we've been so supportive of everything. As soon as we get the house, I decide I want to try my hand at grad school. Then I get kind of burnt out from that and decide that no, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be a firefighter. No matter what these crazy ideas I come up with, she's always been so supportive. And I mean, all that goes without saying. But what I really love most about her, and again, it ties back into when I first met her, is her just a fun-loving, big heart that she has, her witty personality. She's always quick with a comeback. There's a lot of times that I'll be texting with my friends, and she'll see that we're giving each other a hard time back and forth, and she'll come up with like the perfect comeback. It's that spark and fire in her personality is one of the first things that drew me to her, and it still does today, and I love that so much about her.
She is just a genuine person, does not judge. We both came from different backgrounds, different family lives, and it didn't matter to her. And she just loved me and accepted me for who I was.
What do I love best about you? That you're yourself. And that's the important thing.
There's so many things to love about Lori. One thing I would say is I'm a little envious of the fact that she has wavy hair and she blows it out, and it never gets frizzy and it never gets curly and all messed up. So I love that about her for her, because I know how much time and effort she puts into her hair.
One of the things I love most about you, Laura, is your loyalty and protectiveness towards people, but also towards things, whether it be pumpkin squares, shamrock shakes, or the state of Connecticut. Back in college, I remember thinking it was so hysterical how you would get defensive if anybody said anything negative about the state of Connecticut. As funny as that was, I mean, it really does speak to who you are as a friend. You're loyal and you always have my back. I know I can count on you for anything.
She lives with us and she takes care of us very well.
Mm-hmm. What do you love most about Mommy?
She snuggles with me when I want her to.
Hi, Lori. It's the Lee Feinbergs. Very, very happy 40th birthday. It's a nice round number, 40, and divide that by 220 is how long I've known you. That's a long time now, 20 years. These guys weren't here when we first met each other, but she was. A lot of long, beautiful history together. And that's part of what I love about you, Lori, is making memories and great friendships for many, many years together, laughing out loud, old memories and making new memories together.
Lori, there's countless things I love about you. I love how you lift me off the ground when I'm hysterical laughing and rolling around. I love how you stand by me through thick and thin. I love you for so many reasons. Our friendship is immensely important to me.
Lori, you are just one of the most special people. You make everybody around you feel really special. I know when I had my 30th birthday, and certainly when I had my 40th birthday, you made me feel so special by creating fun games and this awesome photo album, and you just care so much. You have such a huge heart, and you're fun to be around. You're so sweet. I mean, you've got so much patience for your family because I know we sometimes do things that drive you crazy, and you'll let us know. I love that about you too, that you just don't hold back on anything.
And my favorite thing about Lori is her laugh and her smile. It's very contagious, and her smile lights up the room.
Happy birthday, Lori. Some of our favorite things about Lori are that you are just easy to talk to. We can always go to you with a funny story or problem, and you just really love to have a good time. We, can count on you for karaoke or a drink. And,
Always up for a good time.
Yeah, you are just a really great friend, so we're really thankful for you.
Well, Lori is a very special person. She's just a loving person, very sensitive, very warm, very caring, takes really good care of her mom and dad, and certainly Brian and the children. And I think the best thing that she's done in her life is to add those children to our lives. They're very loving children that seem to really care about their grandparents, and we certainly love having them here with us.
It's a self-image in the way she projects, and she has opinions. She's not afraid to state them. She and I are very much alike in terms of we have opinions, but one favorite thing about her is that if she doesn't agree with me, she tells me. And she can back up what she means. We have the most honest relationship almost. Yes, I have honest relationship with my friends, but with this young lady, I'm never afraid to tell her anything. I know I'm going to get the truth. Because she knows who she is. And she's not afraid to tell me I'm wrong, or I'm silly, or you made that up. And I really appreciate that immensely with her.
One of my favorite things is that she helps me fashion-wise, because she helps to dress me. She looked into my closet a couple months ago, and she was like appalled by the lack of organization in there. So, but she helps me pick things out and get me dressed and helps me to look good or look better, and she buys me good clothes, and she buys my kids good clothes. So that's really kind of more surfacey, but I already said a lot of really nice things, so I appreciate that. And she makes really good Carmelitas.
Lori is her own person. She went on a choral trip, and I think she had pierced ears already, but then she wanted to get another one in her ear, and I told her no. And she gets home from the choral trip, and guess what? She had another pierced ear. She did what she wanted to do.
I love her because she's one of the most honest people, and this is including everyone I know. You know why I really love her? Because she has known who she is from the day she was born. and she's followed through on her goals and her ambitions and what she wanted in life, and she hasn't deviated. She has always known. She has a good self-image. She's made nice friends and retained them. And there's nothing statusy about her, and there's nothing ego. She doesn't show. She has a good, healthy ego, but you never know it, because she just stands by herself, and that's who she is, and that's what I value in most people. I really do. I'm very proud of her, and I feel very lucky to know her.
Korean working in bed.
And what about you? And your allergies?
She gives me and always gives me Thursday treats. Yummy.
And Lori, we love you. We're wishing you happy birthday today, and we love you because you are so funny. You're very blunt, which we appreciate. You're so fun to be with. You are always the first to lend a helping hand or to ask if anybody needs help. You love our children. Our children love to poop at your house. And we have a lot of fun morning workout memories with you, and just a lot of fun Mom Littleton memories.
We've had so many wonderful memories, but some of the fondest memories comes from when I think about us living together as roommates, or in Coles Road, or in Boston, and getting ready to go out at night and just cranking up the music and dancing around the apartment to Kenny Loggins or Reba McEntire.
I have so many fun memories of Lori. I remember when we were little, we would snuggle up in my bed together, and we really bonded because she and Jill fought a ton when they were kids, and I got along with both of them, but I really I really looked out for Lori because Jill picked on her a lot.
Since we didn't get along that well, when you went on your trip to Yukon to do your little college visit with Mom and Auntie, lo and behold, I didn't even know you were going to be there. And I was just walking around campus, and I was in a different part of campus from where I normally was. I did not go there. Did not go there at all. And the only time I would actually go there would be when they would do the 1 ton sundae, and you get like a bucket, and they you get to scooper, and then you could scoop up as much ice cream as you wanted into your bucket. So that was fun. But that's like the only reason I ever went to that part of campus. So anyhow, I was there, don't know why, and saw you guys in the line as you were walking around and doing your tour. And since you loved me so very much, you decided to leave the line and leave the tour. And that that's hilarious, because I mean, it's good that we have such a good relationship now, but that's really funny that you did not want to be where I was, and you saw me, and that was it. So anyway, kudos to you. You paved your own path.
She watches everything I do.
What do you mean?
Like in the pool, she watches me do front flips and hands and back bends.
So she's a cheerleader for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she's a good cheerleader?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's another story. When I wanted to leave Connecticut and change things, Ashley Payne and I were thinking about moving somewhere, and I decided that maybe Boston should be an option, and in no uncertain terms, you told me to find my own city. That was it. Find your own city. I mean, boy, you felt very strongly about that. And I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of upset, but you were right. I did. I went and found my own city, and my city's better than yours. So, just kidding.
We used to make up dance routines. I mean, that goes for Jill, Lori, and me. I remember Lori coming to visit me in San Francisco, and even though we had a wonderful time, I ran her ragged, and I didn't feed her lunch several times, mostly because I wanted to just show her everything, and I got so excited, and then all of a sudden we'd be like, it's dinner! She's starving. She was so patient, and then she'd be like, Rob, seriously, I need to eat something. So That was fun. When she came to visit me in New York, when she was pregnant with Ben, that was another time where I was like, she's really patient with me, because we would wait a long time to have dinner.
I have a lot of memories of Lori, but one of my favorites is I picked her up one day to take our day trip. I always used to take a day trip with the girls by themselves. And I took her to Westport. And we're driving to Westport, and she says, "Oh, I'm so tired." I said, "You just sit back and relax." The upshot was, she never shut her mouth. All I said the whole trip down to Westport was, She talked. And then we got to Westport, and we bought things, and we ate. And we were in a store, and a young man tried to pick her up. She hid behind me, and we went home.
Two more things that I'm thinking of. One is we have had two very memorable situations at airports. And one of those was like one of the coolest things we've done, where we boarded a plane, a private plane, to go to the UConn men's basketball national championship game. And we didn't even know anybody. We didn't even know anybody at all, I think, on that flight. Now we know Dave Marks, but it was pretty crazy that the two of us jumped a flight, went to the game, saw the game, hugged, said goodbye to Mom and Dad, hopped the flight, went back home, went to work the next day, and when people asked us where we watched the game, we both said we were there. And it was like totally crazy, and who would believe us? And we were exhausted because I don't think we got back until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But that was totally awesome and a great memory that we have together.
And you're such a beautiful person inside and out. And I love that we share some of the same mannerisms. I love that we have the same taste in clothing. And I love that you love to dance as much as I do. I like that you like to let go when you're dancing, just like go crazy and have a fun time. I love that you just knew who you were when you were a kid. I mean, you were always playing with fashion plates, obviously always playing with Barbies. And that is, it doesn't surprise me that you went into fashion and that you are truly like the girliest of all the Gelfenbein girls, and you totally embrace that, and you always have embraced your personality and who you are, and I love you for that.
Okay, so we had gone to Hawaii as a family, and then we were spending New Year's in San Francisco with Robin, and then we were flying back to Connecticut. And the weather was going to be bad, and we had to fly through Detroit, so we probably should never have gotten on that plane, but I insisted because I'm very responsible and I had to get back to work. But we flew into Detroit, and somehow we landed, and that was probably really risky. They probably should have gone to a totally different airport, but they didn't. And we ended up on the plane, on the tarmac for I think about 5 hours, and they wouldn't let us off the plane. And that's all we wanted to do, was get off the plane and get off the plane. But little did we know that once we got off the plane, we were going nowhere except the airport. And it was that time of the month for me, as you have recently reminded me. Thank you very much. And we had to sleep in the airport. We were in the airport for like 2 days. One of Dad's partners came and picked us up and brought us to like some hotel motel kind of thing that we were lucky to get. Some woman from the airplane like had to go to the bathroom, and we held her baby, which like
you and I probably would never allow or give one of our kids to some strangers. It was totally insane. We don't like Cinnabon and won't eat it ever again because that's all there was in Burger King. I remember falling asleep for a very short amount of time and waking up with somebody like kicking me in the head as they walked by because we were laying on the floor of the terminal. So this is a memory that I would love to forget, but I'm sure you'll never let me. It is something that bonds us. And the only other part of that I remember was when we were on the plane, there was a guy who grabs his guitar and he was singing for the whole airplane to hear, Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews, which is not, that was a crazy, totally crazy 48 hours. And you were right, Lori. There it is. You were right. We never should have left San Francisco. Never should have. That was
on trips to Hawaii. I remember this thing with a salamander that Jill managed to scoop up and get rid of. But my favorite memory is actually very recently, which is when we went to the Cowboy Mouth concert, and just the way Lori reacted was so genuine and so excited, and I just loved seeing like how enthusiastic she was. There were so many. I mean, I remember when the night of Jill's rehearsal dinner, we all know what happened to Jill because she peed herself. She was laughing and running down the hallway, and Lori and I were like running behind her, just cracking up. And I love those like really genuine, authentic, guttural like laughs. It was just so much fun, and she's so much fun to be around. I have so many memories. I could go on and on.
My favorites was when she was still in college, and I was working at Kingswood, Oxford, and I went to visit her, and she we went out and we really bonded. We drank a lot and we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of cheers to Grandma, and we bonded. We never really got along all that great before that, but at that time, and Brendan Keenan would probably remember this well, and Jackie Keenan would remember this well, and Lori knows what I'm talking about. It was fun.
I think she was in maybe 3rd or 4th grade, and I saw this picture of this cute little girl in a pamphlet who had a short hair. Lori's hair was long at the time, and I kept saying, Lori, your hair, this will be really cute on you. I think we should cut your hair. And she did not want to cut her hair, and she fought me, but eventually I won, and Mrs. Angel cut her hair, and oh my God, it didn't look the same as it did on the little girl in the pamphlet, and Lori could have killed me. And I think that she had her school pictures taken shortly after that, and this was not a very good memory for her or for me. I learned.
The most embarrassing thing that comes to mind about Lori was when she was a kid, she would sing in the shower. A lot of different things. And one of the things she liked to sing was, if I were rich and you were poor, I wouldn't give you any. Fill in the blank. I'm not going to embarrass her that much, but I know she knows what I'm singing about. And if you think about it, you can probably figure out what she was singing about too.
So we were leaving Grandma's. I had only had my license for a couple of weeks, and we were leaving, and as soon as we got into the car, she started messing with the radio, and I yelled at her and told her she couldn't do that, and then she, of course, didn't want to listen to me, and then we kind of hit each other, and I said, don't touch the driver, do you want to walk home? And she said she did, so I was stubborn, and she was more stubborn, and I pulled over, and she got out, and it was dark out. And I thought I would teach her a lesson, and I drove around the block, And when I came back around, I couldn't find her, but apparently she saw me, but she was hiding because she was trying to teach me a lesson. I went back to Grandma's house thinking that maybe she had gone there, and when I went inside and said, where's Lori, Dad put out his big paw and told me to give him the keys, and needless to say, I got in a lot of trouble. Lori got into a lot of trouble, and
I don't think I have an embarrassing story about her. I really don't.
Okay.
We've had a great relationship.
McDonald's, she would talk about French fries, and they'd be like a little bit burnt on the end, and she'd go, "Look at that cigar. Doesn't that cigar look yummy?" That's not necessarily embarrassing. It's just, for some reason, in my head, it reminds me of the singing.
She went to a dance one time. I think she might have been in high school. And she came home from the dance, and I very innocently asked her if she had a good time. And she said, "Don't you ever ask me if I had a good time. Don't you ever ask me again." So I said, "Okay, I'm so sorry I asked. I wasn't prying. I just wanted to know if she had fun." She was a freshman, and I think a junior had asked her to the junior prom. And we went out looking for dresses. And the first place we went, she found this dress she liked, but it was a little bit risque for a young girl, so I refused to buy it. I don't know how many stores we went to, and finally I said, "Laura, you're going to find something in this store, you're not going to go." So she did, and she always tells me that it was a curtain, that she went to the dance with a curtain on her. I think it's still in the closet.
There was one time when Mom and Dad left, and we were babysitting Lori, and we were frustrated by the fact that it took her like 9 years to learn how to ride a bike. I don't know how old she was at the time, maybe 6. She's probably 7, because I was probably 12 babysitting her. And we're in the backyard. We didn't have the pool yet. And Jill and I were just frustrated. We're like, she's going to get on this bike and ride it without training wheels right now. So we sent her off on the bike. There's a little bit of a slope, and she's riding, and we're cheering her on, and then all of a sudden she like face plants right into the edge of the picnic table, and is bleeding out of her mouth. I don't know if she cut her lip or what, and oh my God, I felt terribly about it. But she might have been a little bit embarrassed. It took her so long to learn how to ride a bike. Obviously, we got in trouble for that, so joke's on us.
I think I could probably come up with a couple, but I think the one that I think, to me, is funny, I'm sure Lori won't think it's funny, is the night she had the norovirus. And this poor girl, she just kept running back and forth to the bathroom every couple of minutes for an hour, 2 hours. And she was so miserable, and I had to help her get up and put her back in bed, and then she'd be there for about 2 minutes, and then she'd have to get up and run back to the bathroom. She was I felt bad for her, but I'm sure the last thing she wanted was, even though we were married at the time, was for me to see her, having to run back and forth to the bathroom the way she was. So I think that's probably a pretty embarrassing story for her.
She's got a lot nicer. I mean, when she was a kid, she wasn't nice to me, not at all. I thought she was pretty snobby and stuck up. That's what I thought. I don't think everybody else thought that, but she certainly acted that way to me, and I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And through the years, she has, for me at least, become a whole lot nicer. And
honestly, she really hasn't changed. She still has that wit about her. Obviously, more responsibilities with the home and the kids. But if you take her and put her in any situation, whether it was now or 15 years ago, you'd get the same reaction from her. So what I mean by that is, we were in Newport over the weekend. You put her in an environment where there's music playing, have a couple of drinks. Whether she had the drinks or not, everyone's having a great time. She's out there dancing all around in circles, singing, having a wonderful time. Jessica's wedding, same exact thing. And my father came up to me and said, "How many drinks has she had?" She'd had maybe 1 or 2. It's just who she is. She has this just fun-loving, personality about her. Again, witty, just everything about her. And that's what I love so much, that hasn't changed from her. I know a lot of people might lose that with the responsibilities of everyday life, but she has it there, and it's there all the time, and I absolutely love that.
In many ways, Lori hasn't changed in terms of like her thoughtfulness and sweetness and being so much fun. But there's one area of her life where she has changed dramatically. And that is when she was younger, she used to drink a ton of Coke and just chow down after school on like a bag of Doritos watching General Hospital, because Lori was obsessed with Jack Wagner, loved Jack Wagner. And she would just not gain a pound. She would sit at home and eat Doritos, drink soda. She danced, she played field hockey, all that stuff. But wasn't really all that interested in sports. And since that time, she has gone on to run a marathon, which I was very lucky to run with her, or run with you, Lori, because that was such a special moment for me, knowing how much you hated exercise, not even just running, but just exercise, and what a huge accomplishment that was for you. So I'm so, so proud that you did that. And I know it was tough for you for the last few miles, but you pulled it out, and it was really exciting to watch you cross the finish line. And the other thing is that now you get up at 4:45 in the morning to work out. You don't even necessarily have to get up that early. It's very impressive. So that is one area of your life where you have done such a 180, and you never cease to amaze me.
She's changed a lot since she was growing, from when she was a little girl. Because when she was a little girl, I would say, it's nice out. And she'd say, no, it's not. And I'd say, the sun is out. And she'd say, no, it's not. It's dark. It's night. We just, kind of didn't always get along, but things have changed.
Feet stink.
What's something about Mommy that bothers you?
That she never bothers me.
Good answer. Is there anything that she does that drives you crazy?
No.
She cannot leave the house without making sure her flat iron is unplugged. And if she checks it, she double checks it, she triple checks it. When she leaves, she asks again, is my flat iron unplugged? Are you sure? Do we need to go back? Let's go back and check the flat iron. I can make sure the flat iron's unplugged. And I can honestly say, in the 16 years that I've known her, I don't think it's ever not been unplugged, ever. So definitely a quirk that I know goes back to the curling iron or flat iron incident in her room when she was a kid. But I think she's got it down. She doesn't leave it plugged in anymore.
She's fussy, and she won't try new things, but like she only likes to bake because it's precise, and I understand that. But I think that she's coming along as a cook, I'll tell you that much. She's cooking and trying things, and I just sent her the recipe for my zucchini bread, and she tried it right away, and I think she'll get into other parts of the meal too. I think she will. I don't think she's that much afraid. But I understand the baking because it's really precise. And I love her carmelitas. I think that's...
Lori's biggest quirk is probably the fact that she will not pick up the phone and call really anybody who's not family. She won't call and order a pizza. She wouldn't call the MDA, muscular dystrophy telephone. That was absolutely something she hated. And I thought she would grow out of it, but she never did.
Hi, Lori. Happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday, Lori!
Hi, happy birthday. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, Lori, number 40 is here. So I'm going to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. Love you, Dad. All in capital letters.
Happiest of birthdays to the best daughter-in-law ever. We love that you are always fun, a little sassy, and always kind. We are happy that Brian knew a good thing when he saw it and was smart enough to marry you. We love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I can't believe that we are turning 40 this year. We have had so many wonderful times together. I know we'll have so many more. Happy birthday, Laura. I love you.
Well, someday for her birthday, I can say it because she's not here. I'm going to make her a photo album of pictures of all of us.
That's very nice.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Auntie Lori. Happy birthday to you.
I love how nice and sweet you are.
And I love how funny you are. Have a great 40th birthday. We love you, Auntie Lori.
Okay, would you like to sing to her?
No, because I think I'm going to get a headache and they'll make fun of me. But I wish her 140 more birthdays. Because I just want to be with her forever. I really do. I want to congratulate her, and she has beautiful children, and she's made a wonderful marriage with a great guy, and I'm proud of her. Her choices were hers because she knows who she is.
Okay, signing off.
I don't know. I want to keep talking about my Lori because I just think she's a very special human being, and I'm a lucky auntie to have her in my life. And all we do is laugh, and even if we're just disagreeing, this is the beauty about a healthy ego. We laugh. It's great. That's all I have to say. I'm through. I love you, Lori. I love you, and I want you here forever.
And I miss you, and I wish we could spend more time together, but I think about you a lot. And I love you, and I love your whole family, and I hope you have a great 40th year. Happy birthday, Lori!
Happy birthday, Lori!
Love you.
Love you.
I love you, Lori. I'm glad you're finally the big 4-0, just like me.
Happy birthday, Auntie Lori!
Happy birthday, Laura. Happy birthday. I'm wishing you the happiest 40th and another amazing 50, 60, 70 years ahead together as friends. Love you.
I love you. And where am I?
And there's one more note we promised, because you are 40 now.
That every time we look at your Facebook picture, we'll always think that you're 30, much younger than your age.
Yes, you will never be older than what you are.
Exactly.
We love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Lori. We love you.
Okay, what do we want to say?
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. All right, what did you want to say, John?
Happy birthday.
We're so glad you're our neighbor, and we love you, and so does Bogey. Woof woof. Bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you.
There's a commercial for Ice Age, and in it, the creatures say, "Reporting for duty," and then one of them goes, "Duty." So, from duty, God bless, many years, enjoy, and have a lot of fun. 40. Oh, so young.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Happy birthday to you. I love you. I wish you so many more, not just 40 more, but to infinity and beyond. I think you are such an awesome mom and aunt and sister and daughter and wife and friend, and I know that you're much more than my sister. You are my friend and one of my best friends, and I love you. I wish you good health, and thank you for being such an awesome person in my life.
All right. Lori, I wish you a most happy and healthy 40th birthday, many, many, many more, and much enjoyment in life. and just keep on doing what you're doing. That makes you special. So happy, healthy birthday. I love you, I love you, I love you. And I'm really glad you're not a boy.
Lori, happy 40th birthday. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love you because you have been such an enormous part of my life, your entire life. And I just adore everything about you. I'm so happy with how your life has turned out. I'm really proud of you for just who you are and the children you're raising and just how your life has worked out. It's very exciting because I know it was really important to you when you were younger to get married and have children, and you have completely flourished in that area, and I wish you another very happy 40 years. I hope in 40 years we can go see Cowboy Mouth again and you can jump up and down like you did at the show. But in the meantime, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori. Thanks for always calling me Vance. I love so many things about you, like the fact that we wear a lot of the same clothes, and that you make really yummy carmelitas, and like everything else that I said in this video, because I don't want it to go on forever. And I love you. Happy birthday to you. Thanks for always being such a huge support system for me, Lori. I love you so, so much. You're an amazing listener. I'm so lucky to call you my sister and one of my very dearest friends. Happy, happy birthday.
Let's do it again.
I have on your hat.
Nice. I'll have to check it with my teeth.
No. Are you gonna sing happy birthday to her
Ready?
again?
Film it, film it, film it, film it. Are we filming?
I'm totally filming.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori.
Nice.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you. Right here.
Fred, this is all she wanted for her birthday.
I know. That's all I wanted for my birthday. It's not even my birthday.
Quirks, how she's changed. I think I've covered everything, but one of the things I do want to add in is how much I love you. Happy 40th birthday. And I can't imagine a life without you. You've given me two of the best things in this world, Morgan and Ben. You've given me a third thing in this world, and that's one of the best in-law family that you could ever have for. And I can't thank you enough for always being there for me. I love you so much. And I'm also going to add in one more thing. Every time I'm in the office and I'm trying to do some work and I decide I need a break, I always end up flipping through our photo albums, and I always go right to this picture. This is one of my favorite pictures of you. You look so happy, such a huge smile on your face, and I just hope that I'm able to keep bringing that smile to you every day, because I know you make me smile that big every day. I love you so much, and I hope you had a wonderful birthday, and I can't wait to spend 40 more years with you. I love you so much.
Happy birthday, Mommy. I know you're inside the phone.
What do you mean she's inside the phone?
That is at the dentist. Yeah.
So do you think I'm doing FaceTime?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing FaceTime at all.
Happy birthday to Mommy. Happy birthday, dear Mommy. Happy birthday to Lori. Happy birthday to Mommy. Happy birthday, dear Mommy. Happy birthday to Mommy. I love you, Mom. You're best mom in the whole wide world. I love you in the whole wide world.
You gonna give her a kiss?
Happy 40th birthday, Bobby. I love you.
How much do you love her? Whoa. Come on back. Does mommy